Hey everyone, happy Monday. I just wanted to hop on and have a little bit of a chat about the 2022 Paralegal Cruise for anyone who's new to it, hasn't heard about it, or maybe has some questions about it. I am here to answer those questions. I have some information up on the screen as you can see. And the first being, of course, that the 2022 cruise is taking place starting on January 28th, 2022. We're departing Miami for the 2022 cruise on the Norwegian Getaway. So we're going to be going to Jamaica and Grand Cayman. Like, how exciting! I cannot wait. So the first thing to keep in mind is this is a paralegal conference. So we're going to have continuing education. We're going to have amazing social events combined with a really incredible tropical cruise vacation. So best of both worlds. If you haven't been on the cruise in prior years, you may not know that it is a full paralegal conference. So typically we have a minimum of 24 educational credits available, and it kind of goes up from there. So if you go to paralegalcruise.com and you click on the CLE button, you'll find information about some of the classes that we're going to have for 2022. They're not all in there yet, so don't worry. There is many more amazing classes to come, but you can also get an idea of the classes that we had on prior years' cruises. So one of the first really common questions that I get is who can come? So paralegals can come. You do not have to be certified or registered by any particular association. This cruise event is kind of paralegal neutral in that it's not hosted by any particular association. It's hosted by me personally. So you can be affiliated with any association. We support all of the associations and you are welcome to join us. You can also be any other kind of legal support staff, legal assistants, legal secretaries, receptionists. You're all completely welcome to come. And also, of course, students. This is really a fantastic networking opportunity. So it will be really great for students as well. And you'll get to meet a lot of people from all over the country. Attorneys can also come. We always have a handful of attorneys at least that join us, sometimes more. I think last year we had about 35 attorneys, or the year before on the last cruise. Also, if you just are in between paralegal positions, whatever, everybody is welcome. You're entirely welcome to come. The other thing to keep in mind is that you can make this event what you want. So you can bring friends and family, make it a family trip. You can bring the kids and take advantage of everything that an amazing cruise vacation has to offer for children. Or you can leave the kids at home and come with your partner and make it like more of a romantic getaway. Or you can leave the whole family at home and come by yourself and make it like a girls' trip. Whatever you want to do, you can do that with this event. Your friends and family are more than welcome, but you can also come by yourself. Is completely fine. A lot of people come solo and you'll have a mix of everything. So do not worry. If you bring your friends and family with you, they can register for a reduced event registration fee, and then they're included in all of our social events. So they're not going to miss out on the fun. They're just not going to come to the classes with you. So that's fine. So let's see, what other questions do people always ask me? Another question is if you need your passport. So no, you do not need your passport. Definitely please check with Norwegian just so that there's absolutely no misunderstanding on what documentation you need. If you go to the frequently asked questions section of the Paralegal Cruise website, you can scroll down and there's actually a bunch of information there for you. Let me just show you what that looks like. And you can scroll down and it has all of the information, including the links to Norwegian's website where they have all the information that you need if you do not have a passport. So if you have a passport, that's awesome. But if you do not have a passport, you can absolutely still come on the cruise. Do not worry. So it's not too late to register. You can absolutely still register, and let me show you how to get to that information. So if you go to paralegalcruise.com and click on sign up, you'll see that you have a couple of options. Now, remember I said you can come on the cruise solo if you want to, or you can bring your whole family with you. You can come with friends, you can come with coworkers. We always have a little bit of all of those combinations every year on the cruise. But we do have special cabins that are specifically priced for solo travelers. So if you've cruised before, you'll know that if you book a regular cabin, they are generally based priced on double occupancy. So if you want to come by yourself, a regular cabin will cost you extra money typically. Now for the cruise, we do have these amazing single studio cabins available for you. And let me show you what those look like. They are amazing. We sell out of these single studio cabins every year. So this is what the cabins look like. They are gorgeous. Here's an overview shot. And basically, these are cabins that are specifically designed for solo travelers. And they also have exclusive amenities, including key card access to the section where the cabins are. So you have kind of your own exclusive section on the ship. And then you also have access to this exclusive studio lounge that is only for the people who are traveling in the single studio cabins specifically. So they are really, really nice. Now, we do have a special package for the single studio cabins. We currently have 2 available. So these have been sold out for quite a while, but we have some people doing upgrades and switching around. And so right now, as of this exact moment, we do have 2 of them available. The total price for your single studio cabin package, all the information is available here on this page, but the total price is $1,189.35. That includes all of this fantastic stuff: your cabin, your taxes, your port fees, your beverage package, your gratuities for the beverage package. It also includes your event registration fees, onboard credit, 1 night of specialty dining, and the specialty dining gratuity. Now, you can swap the specialty dining out for either a free Wi-Fi package or for shore excursion credit as well. So that's one of the options available for you. Like I said, we only have 2 of those cabins available right now. The way that you book them is go to paralegalcruise.com, click on sign up, and then click on single studio. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sign up. You're going to pay a down payment of $250 for your event registration fee and your deposit to secure the cabin. Then you will have until November 29th, which is right around the corner, to pay the balance, which will be $939.35. Now you can pay that balance in full by 11/29, or you may be able to finance it for 12 months and break up those payments. So super convenient. The other option that you have, if you want to come as a solo traveler and you want to have a little bit of extra space and you don't want to do the single studio cabin, we also have secured a couple of inside cabins specially priced for 1 person. And so if you click on that information, we also have a special package for those cabins as well. So you can find out all the information right on the website. Now, if you do want to do a regular cabin for 2 people or more, or if you just want to do a regular cabin as a single traveler, you can do that as well. So you would just go back to the website, click on sign up, and then click on cabin costs and perks. So you will need to reach out to our authorized agent at Norwegian. Her name is Emily Bell, in order to get a quote, because there are a bunch of different cabin types available. So we don't want to lock you into like one cabin type and just, force you to just choose that particular cabin. There are a lot of different cabin types available. So all the information that you need is here. It's going to tell you how to reach out to Emily to get your quote and what information you're going to need to provide to Emily in order to get that quote. So basically, you're just going to have to let her know that it's with this event, how many people are going to be in your cabin, and the type of cabin that you want. So if you've never cruised before, you can feel free to reach out to me. I will be happy to answer any questions that you have about the cruising experience, but also about how to choose your cabin. But basically, you're going to have a couple of choices. An inside cabin is generally the cheapest, but not always, because of promotions that they might be having. An inside cabin basically means it's a cabin on the interior of the ship, so it doesn't have a window or a balcony to the outside. And then an outside or ocean view cabin is basically the same type of cabin, but it will have a window to the outside. And then, of course, a balcony cabin will have an amazing balcony for you to enjoy during your tropical cruise vacation. So there are a lot of different options that are available to you. Emily will be the one to give you the price for your cabin if you're not choosing either the single studio or the inside cabin for 1 person. You'll get the price from Emily. Once you've booked your cabin, you will come back to the same website, click sign up again, and then go down to event registration so that you can register for the event. Now, your event registration fee includes all aspects of the event, including the continuing education credits and our amazing goodie bag. So if you have not heard of the Paralegal Cruise goodie bag before, you really are in for a treat. They are stocked full of just amazing items for you, including a color changing water bottle and a whole bunch of other items. So I don't want to give away all the surprises on the goodie bag today, but they are usually epic. Like, they're full of really fantastic stuff. So when you are on the website, you can click on destinations to learn some more information about the 2 islands that we're going to. So we are going to be going to Grand Cayman and also to Jamaica during this trip. There's a bunch of information available on the website for you, including maps of the area. So if you want to just get off the ship and walk around, you can do that. And also information for both ports about the shore excursions. So one of the really nice things about the shore excursions is that usually we get together in groups to do them. So if you want to go off and do your own thing, you can absolutely do that. But if you want to get together with a group of other attendees to go on the shore excursions, you can do that as well. That is one of the benefits of, once you register, you'll be added to the attendee only Facebook group, and you can share kind of input on which shore excursions you want to do, and then connect with other people that want to do the same shore excursions as well. So that's always really, really good fun. Then if you click on explore the ship, you can take a look at all the information about the ship. There's a bunch of links here for you so that you can learn about the different types of staterooms, the deck plans, the dining, the different bars and lounges, all of the entertainment options, and more. So all of that information is right there on the website for you. If you click on cabins, it's going to give you a little overview of the different type of cabins that are available. So you can see the first one is the single studio, which we talked about, the inside cabin, the ocean view. You can see the window to the outside there. The balcony, of course, always amazing. And surprisingly, the balconies, I think, have the most perks. So don't be afraid to price it out. And you may see that the difference in price is really not that much. And then, of course, you have additional suites and haven suites that are available if you really want to go all out and spoil yourself. You can click on sponsors to learn about the sponsors of the event. And you can click on frequently asked questions to learn a lot more about the event itself. So one of the questions that people have is kind of the format of the event. And just to kind of give you a general idea, we always have a cocktail party on the first night and the last night. So you'll definitely want to be prepared for that. It's going to be super casual and fun, and it's a great opportunity for you to meet all of your fellow attendees, pick up goodies, meet people, and just have a great time networking. All of the classes will take place on the sea days. So you're not going to take away from your time in port by going to classes while we are docked in Jamaica and Grand Cayman. So that way you'll have plenty of time to do shore excursions and have an amazing time. Now, like I said, all the classes will be on the sea days. And basically the way that the classes work is we'll have a couple classes in the morning. We will have lunch that is catered in the meeting space, so you don't have to go anywhere. And then we'll have a couple classes in the afternoon. Now, all the classes are individual, meaning you don't have to commit to going to the entire day of classes. You can pick one in the morning, one in the afternoon. You can come to the morning session and then spend the afternoon session at the pool, or vice versa. You can truly make this a custom event and just set it up however you're happiest. The other thing to keep in mind is that you don't have to come to the classes if you don't want to. If you want to come on the cruise, come to the social events, have a great time, and not come to any of the classes, that is 100% your choice. I want you to just enjoy this vacation and make it what you need, right? After this past year that we've all had, maybe you just want to get away and relax by the pool and not do anything. You can totally do that. It's entirely your decision. So we have one question, is this the same for 2023? If you mean the format of the event, yes. I always try to keep the format of the event the same. That way you're not kind of choosing between doing shore excursions and enjoying the islands. You get to do both. So it's a really good time. We also have other types of events. Like I said, we have a cocktail party the first night and the last night. We will also have a wine tasting and a martini tasting. That's two separate events. Those are generally waiting for the date and time of those, but those are generally in the afternoon on the sea days. Lots of fun. Everyone always enjoys them. Those are private events that are only they're capped at between 20 and 25 people. So if you are coming on the cruise and you want to get in on the wine tasting or the martini tasting, you will definitely want to let us know in the Facebook group. As soon as that is ready for signing up, you'll want to grab those tickets right away. So let's see, what other questions do we have? Another question is, so some people have asked, like, how can you stay in touch? Like maybe some of us have to work a little bit while we're on the cruise. Totally fine. You can get unlimited Wi-Fi on the cruise. It works really surprisingly well. Of course, every once in a while it could be a little glitchy, but I have overall been really happy with it. I've really never had any problems with it. You can request Wi-Fi as one of your perks. So if you're signing up for one of the packages, you can swap out the dining, the one night specialty dining for the 100-minute Wi-Fi, and then you can upgrade to the unlimited Wi-Fi. Or if you're doing a regular cabin booking, you can do the same thing. You can choose the 100-minute Wi-Fi and then upgrade that to the unlimited Wi-Fi. You generally can only have one person online at the same time. But let's say you want to share it with two people, you can just kind of coordinate it. Like you'll use it in the morning, the other person can use it in the afternoon, or you can just switch off when you need it. You don't need to buy two separate packages unless you're both going to be online, like really hardcore. You should be fine. So one of the questions is, can this be a tax write-off because of it being continuing education? So I'm not a tax professional. That's probably a better question for your tax professional, but generally I do write it off. And that was actually why we started doing it with continuing education. So we could kind of go on these tropical vacations and make it, an adventure together. So generally I would say yes, but just as an abundance of caution, I always recommend that you speak to whoever it is that does your taxes to make sure that you're getting an answer based on your specific situation. The other thing that I would recommend is don't be afraid to ask your employer to pay for you to go on the Paralegal Cruise. Many firms do pay for their paralegals to go. This is a paralegal conference. Sometimes people get a little bit concerned just because it is a cruise, but it is still a paralegal conference. And if you compare all of the pricing and all of the other factors, it's actually really a bargain. If we look at some of the prior years for the CLE, let's see, so 2015, 2016, we had 27 hours of CLE. In 2017, we actually had 30.5 hours. In 2018, we had 25 hours. In 2019, we had 27 hours. And in 2020, we had 24.5. So my goal is always to provide a minimum of 24 hours of credit, but it could always be more. And so if you break down the price that you're paying, your firm should at a minimum be paying for your event registration fee. And if not, like the entire cruise itself, especially if your firm generally pays for people to go to paralegal conferences. I think you'll find if you price everything out, the price is extremely affordable compared to going to certain other conferences and then paying for hotels plus meals. And then maybe you want to also do like some entertainment. Here, everything is included. So what is the cost of the CLE portion? I want to submit a request for reimbursement and have them pay for it. Okay, so the cost for the CLE portion is only $150. It's extremely affordable. I started doing the cruise for kind of a couple of different reasons, and I started teaching continuing education myself for a couple of different reasons. But one of those reasons was that some of these events can be extremely expensive, especially in-person events. And, a lot of times we end up going to these events that our attorneys are not reimbursing us for. And I wanted the cruise to be really affordable. So the CLE portion is $150. That includes all of your credit and access to the entire event. At a minimum, hopefully your firm will pay at least for that portion. And when you sign up, you'll get a receipt for signing up, which you can use. But if you need kind of more in detail invoice to submit to your firm, send me an email and I will make sure that you get that so that you can use it for reimbursement purposes. And then hopefully they will pay for at least part of the cruise, if not the entire cruise. We literally have had some firms, and we have a firm coming on the cruise this year that's bringing like their entire staff. Like I would say every single cruise we've had at least one firm who has brought their entire staff on the cruise and paid for it. And we have many, many firms that pay for the entire cost of the cruise because it really is a very good investment. If your firm is not paying for continuing education in general, like don't be shy, just ask them. Sometimes that's all you have to do is ask. The firm obviously benefits from you enhancing your knowledge, but also enhancing your network, because you never know when you're going to meet someone that can kind of be a benefit to your network, whether it's asking for help in your work or asking for help for something outside of your jurisdiction or looking for a form that you've never used before. There are definitely benefits, right, to growing your network and networking with paralegals from all over the country. The other question was, you do not have to be in Florida to go on the cruise. So the cruise does go out of Miami. So obviously you have to travel to Miami to go on the cruise. But we have people who come from all over the country, New York, California, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina. We have at least, I think, 17 states represented the last time I checked. So there are people from all over the country who go on the cruise. So wherever you are from, make sure that you join us. Let's see. Another question is that people usually ask is, a lot of people come the day before. We will be doing a social event the evening before in Miami. The location has not been finalized yet, but hopefully it will be finalized soon. But whatever it is, we always get together the evening before for kind of like a super fun cocktail type of, sometimes it's at a sports bar. It's always at somewhere different. The last couple of years we were going out of Cocoa Beach, and we had, a really amazing time, just really amazing. So we're going to be doing something super fun. So if you want to come the day before, you definitely can. Just know that we will be doing something in the evening. We'll be getting together somewhere for a super fun social event. If you cannot come the day before, you can definitely come, of course, the morning of and join us on the cruise. And what else? I think that's everything that I had for you guys today, but you can keep commenting and I will circle back to answer any questions that I may have missed. You can also always email me. So my email address is lmc@perfectlyparalegal.com. If you go to paralegalcruise.com and click on the frequently asked questions, my contact information is there as well. If you have never cruised before and you're nervous about cruising, or you just don't know how it works, or you have questions, or you're not sure what type of cabin to choose, please reach out to me. I am really passionate about cruising, which is, one of the reasons that I started doing the annual Paralegal Cruise. I would be happy to talk through any cruising related questions as well. So you will have to reach out to Emily if you want pricing for a double occupancy cabin. But if you need help, like choosing what type of cabin you want or anything like that, you can definitely reach out to me. And then, of course, reach out to me if you have questions about the single cabin alternatives. Now, I will tell you that the single cabins, we have to release them on 11/29. These generally go anytime I get one available. They usually go the same day or the next day. So if you are interested in getting a single studio cabin, please reach out as soon as possible so that we can secure that cabin for you. If you don't have any questions, you can just go right to the website. Just go to sign up. Choose either your single studio cabin or your inside cabin for one, and you can go ahead and sign up right there. You do not need to reach out to me directly unless you have questions about it. And for the single studio or the single inside cabin for one, you do not need to reach out to Emily for pricing because all the information is right there on the website. So the only thing that you need to reach out to Emily for pricing for is if you're going to do 2 people or more in a cabin, then you have to reach out to Emily for pricing. Or if you want to come as a solo traveler, but you want to get like a balcony cabin. So yes, so one of the comments says, did I mention that all of the CLE is available after the cruise? Absolutely. So if you have never been on the cruise before, just to let you know how the CLE works, we do a combination of live and pre-recorded CLE that you do after the fact. So we have super unique, fun, informative, educational CLE that we do on the cruise, but you do not have to do the entire like 24 plus hours on the cruise itself. The way that it's going to work is about half of those credits you're going to receive in a pre-recorded format on our classroom platform. You will have access to those credits forever. You're never going to lose access. And we're not going to make you pay extra for having access to those credits after the event. You're just going to get them. You're going to have them for whenever you need them. The classes which happen live on the cruise are also going to be recorded. Now, that being said, we still want you to come to the class because some of them are going to be interactive. And if you're on the ship and you're interested in the class, we definitely want you to come in person. But if you are not coming on the cruise, but you're signing up after the fact, or you're coming on the cruise, but you really just want to go to the pool, or you really have something else that you want to do, we do record all of the classes, and those recordings will also be provided to you at no additional charge in the online classroom. So it's really a win-win. So we definitely want you to come to the classes if you can. There's always fun stuff going on in the classes. So you definitely are going to miss out a little bit if you don't come to the class in person if you are on the cruise. But if you don't come in person, do not worry. You're still going to get the class and you're still going to get the CLE credits. So all of the credits and all of the recordings and the handouts will be made available to you in a, obviously on demand recorded format in our classroom portal. And like I said, you will have access to those credits forever. You never lose access. So, and you don't have to pay extra for being able to use them after the fact. And then just to give you kind of a general idea, I have not submitted for the CLE approval yet because obviously the lineup has to be completed so that all of the classes are approved. But generally, here is a list of the entities that the cruise is usually submitted to and approved by. So you can see NALA, the Florida Bar for Florida registered paralegals can use them, National Federation of Paralegal Associations, NALS, also North Carolina, South Carolina, the Paralegal Division of the State Bar of Texas takes the credits that are NALA approved. And then if you report your credits to anyone else, you do need to check in advance. That's your responsibility to make sure that the credits are accepted by whoever it is that you report your credits to. But these are obviously the bulk of the associations or entities that people are reporting the credits to. Now, you have two options when it comes to the credits. You do get every class and every credit separately, so you can pick and choose the ones that you want to use. So let's say you're a Florida registered paralegal and you already have 20 out of your 30 credits that you need. You can just report 20 of them, like do the 20 that you need, and then you can save the on-demand section for the other credits that you're going to do later after your cycle renews. Okay, so you can report them all together if that's what you need, if you need all the credits, or if you want to break up the on-demand classes and do some now and some later, you can completely do that as well. So it's super flexible. We just want to make sure that you get all the credits that you need, but that you also get some really good knowledge, you're taking away some information, and you're listening to some really, really amazing speakers. So with that, if you have any additional questions, feel free to check out the website or drop the questions in the comments and I will circle back and look for them. Again, the cruise is taking place January 28th to February 2nd, departing Miami, Florida, out of the port of Miami. If you're flying in, you can fly into Miami Airport or Fort Lauderdale Airport. They're both fine. Some people prefer to fly into Fort Lauderdale because it's a little less expensive and it's also a little less hectic than Miami International can be. And we're going to go on the Norwegian Getaway and we're going to Jamaica and Grand Cayman. I am super excited. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait to see everyone. I am beyond excited. So definitely check out the website if you have any questions. And then if you click on frequently asked questions, you can find out a bunch of other information, but you can also get my contact information so that you can reach out to me directly if you have any questions. So thank you so much, you guys. I really hope to see you this year, 2022, on the next cruise. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. So I will talk to you soon, and I look forward to seeing you aboard. Thanks, everyone.